Hi loves, welcome back to the channel. In today's tutorial, we are recreating this gorgeous two-piece set. If this looks like what you are interested in learning how to make, then you need to watch this video till the end. Please do well to like this video, subscribe to my channel and drop me a nice comment. Now let's get started. In my previous video, I demonstrated step by step on how to make the skirt part of this two-piece set. If you would like to see the tutorial on how I made the skirt, just tell me in the comment section and I'll send you the tutorial as soon as possible. Or you can just browse through my videos tab to check out the tutorial. In this video, we are going to be making the top, okay? Now let's dive into the pattern drafting. Now for the pattern drafting of the crop top, I will start by marking the shoulder line, shoulder to chest line, shoulder to bust point line, shoulder to under bust line, and then shoulder to waist line, which is where the top ends, which is the top length. Then I'll mark my shoulder width divided by 2, shoulder slope, as well as the basic neckline, and then create my armhole curve. Now I'm going to mark my bust span measurement divided by 2. That is the nipple to nipple width divided by 2. My nipple to nipple width is 7.5. When I divide by 2, I have 3.75. So now I'm going to convert this to the bustier that we are making, okay? I'll come to the under bust line and mark 1.5 on this side of the under bust line, okay, and connect it to the bust point. I'll take this 1.5 to the waist line, okay. So on this side I'll mark 1 inch and then connect it to the bust point, and I'll take this 1 inch down to the waist line. Then the next thing to do is to mark the under bust to over bust measurement. To get your over bust to under bust measurement, measure from the fleshy part of your bust to the under bust, okay? For mine, I have 6.5. My over bust to under bust length is 6.5. So I'll go ahead and mark the 6.5 here. So what I am going to do now is to come to the shoulder here and divide what I have at the shoulder by 2. I'll connect it to the bust point. This is the dart line for the over bust tightening, okay? So I'll come there and take 0.75 on each side of this dart line, and I'll carefully connect them to the bust point. I am going to replace this dart intake on this over bust line, okay, from the armhole. I'll measure it. I have 1.5, so I'll go ahead and replace the 1.5, okay, and then mark a new armhole curve. So that means that this will not be my armhole curve any longer because I have replaced this dart intake there. All right, so I'm going to go ahead now and start marking my bust circumference divided by 4 under the chest line, okay. So I have 36 divided by 4 will give me 9. Now I'm going to measure what I am going to be taking off there. So I have 1.25. So I'll go ahead and replace the 1.25. Then I'll come to the under bust line and mark my under bust circumference divided by 4, okay. I have 28 as my under bust circumference. So when I divide that by 4, I have 7. I'll mark 7. Now I'm going to replace the dart intake. And on the waistline, I'll mark my waist circumference divided by 4, okay, and then replace the dart intake as well. I will connect all the points. Next is to mark my side dart. My side dart is 1 inch, so I'll mark 1 inch here as my bust dart under the bust point line, okay, and then connect it to the bust point line. Blend all these sharp points I have at the bust point because I don't want to have my bust point pointy. So for the neckline, I want to maintain the second dart line. The neck width depends on how wide you want the down part to be, okay, and then connect it to the neckline like this. This is what I want for mine, okay. If you want yours to be close, you can make it close. Then from the over bust line, I want to come down by 1 inch and then connect to this point. a kind of sweetheart neckline there. I want to have a small sweetheart neckline there, okay? So next thing we are going to do now is to mark the back block. For the back block, I am going to be drafting a basic bodice block for the back block, okay? That is from shoulder to my back half length. My back half length is 15 while my front half length is 16. To avoid this tutorial getting too long, I am going to speed up this part. You can reduce the speed if you do not know how to draft a basic bodice block, okay? Or you can just tell me in the comment section to send you a detailed tutorial on how to draft a basic bodice block, and I'll do that, okay? I am going to go ahead now and cut out the pattern. Now the first thing I'm going to do is to cut out the middle part of the front, okay? So I'll start cutting from the neckline. Now I want to close up the side darts, okay? After closing up the side darts, I'll go ahead and blend the bust points. Then I'll also redraw the side line. I'm going to go ahead and continue cutting. Then I want to cut out the yoke. I'll join it back later during sewing, okay? This is what I have. I have just 3 pieces for the front, okay? So let's go ahead and cut out the back. For the back, I will close up the waist dart and then redraw the waist line to make it straight. Go ahead and cut out the back pattern. So this is what I have for the back block, and then this for the front, okay? So I'm going to place them on top of my fabric now and add all the necessary allowances and cut them out, okay? This is what I have after adding half-inch stitching allowance to the pattern on my fabric, then 1.5 side seam allowance and 0.75 zipper allowance. I am going to go ahead now and place them on my lining piece and cut out, okay? Go ahead and join the dart lines, okay? I am going to join the dart lines together, both for the main fabric and the lining piece, all right? And for the yoke, I'll just stitch on half-inch for this part. I'll not stitch on the shoulder, I'll not stitch on the armhole, and I'll not stitch here, all right, the chest area, okay? After joining the darts, this is what I have for the main fabric, and this is what the lining piece looks like too. And for the yoke, this is what the yoke looks like. I had to stitch on the neckline area and then turn it to the right side for the both sides. So what I am going to do now is to go ahead and pin the yoke to the bodice, okay? You can see how it is, okay? This is the shoulder area, this is the neckline area, and the armhole. So I'm going to turn it to the other side and pin. I will get the lining piece and cover the bodice with the lining and go ahead and pin them together. I'm going to make sure that the dart lines are lined, the dart line of the lining piece and the dart line of the main fabric. Now I will go over to my sewing machine and stitch on the neckline, okay, with half-inch, and I'll also stitch on the hem. I'll not stitch by the side and the armhole, okay? And for the back, I will remove the pattern paper and pin each side with the lining piece, okay, so that we can stitch them together. I will also stitch on the neckline and the hem, only the neckline and the hem, okay? I am not stitching the shoulder, the armhole, and the sides, okay? So this is the front bodice after stitching on the neckline and the hem, okay, with the lining piece. If I should turn to the right side, and for the back, I have also stitched on the neckline and the hem. So I'll turn to the right side. So what we are going to be doing next is to join them by the sides. I will turn the fabric back to the wrong side Then go ahead and mark down 1.5 side seam allowance that I have on the fabric, okay, on both sides, both for the main fabric and for the lining piece, okay. I'll mark that for the front and the back bodies. Now I'm going to go ahead and pin them together. I will also make sure that the right side of the fabric faces the right side of the fabric, okay. Now I'll pin them together, making sure that they are both equal at the edge, okay. Then I'll go over to my sewing machine and stitch on the side seam markings, okay. After joining the sides, this is what I have. So you can see that I stitched the right sides of the main fabric facing each other and the lining pieces facing each other, okay. I had to do inseam to achieve a very neat finish, okay. So this is what it looks like from the lining side. So if I should turn to the main fabric side, this is also what it looks like. So I'm going to go ahead now and give it a very good press, and I will also join the shoulders, okay. After joining the shoulder, this is what I have. So what we are going to do next is to cut the sleeves, okay. So I'm going to go ahead and measure the armhole, okay. I'll fold it into two like so, and then take the measurement. I have 7.75 here. Now I'm going to fold the remaining fabric into 4 so that we can cut out the two sleeves. Mark down that 7.75, okay. Then I'll measure the sleeve length, okay. I am working with total sleeve length of 27 inches, so I'll go ahead and mark 27 inches. From here, I'll mark down 3 inches, okay, for the sleeve cap height. Then from there, I'll draw a straight line. I'll divide what I have there by 2, and then divide each portion by 2 again to form the sleeve curve, okay, just like you see me doing in the video. Then I'll go ahead and add 1 inch seam allowance. I will take that down to the hemline, okay. Then I'll go ahead and cut out the sleeves. So now what I'm going to do next is to mark down where I'll be fixing elastic, because there will be an elastic here, okay. So I want the elastic to be at 18 inches. So I'm going to draw a straight line where I'll be fixing the elastic, okay. So I'm going to get the elastic and then measure my round sleeve measurements where the elastic will be at. I have 9. So I'm going to go ahead and cut out 8 inches. I want to take off 1 inch from the measurement so that the elastic can stretch into the measurement. I'm going to place this elastic on top of this line, drag it to stitch on the sleeves, okay. This is what the sleeve looks like after stitching the elastic down on that line. I also went ahead to hem the sleeve, okay. So this is what I have. So what I am going to do now is to fold it into 2. Remember, I have 1 inch stitching allowance, so I'm going to come here and mark down that 1 inch stitching allowance that I have. Go over to my sewing machine and stitch on this marking, okay. This is what I have after stitching. So this is the bodice. I'm going to go ahead now and fix it to the bodice, okay. And then for the zipper, I will also install the zipper. So I'll go ahead and mark down the zipper allowance, okay. I have 0.75 zipper allowance, so I'll mark it down and then get my zipper and start pinning from the hem, okay, on the 0.75 zipper allowance marking. So I'll pin the other side as well. Now I'm going to go over to my sewing machine and stitch, okay, on the zipper to install the zipper, and I'll also fix in the sleeves. All right, after fixing the sleeves, this is what I have, and I also went ahead to install the zipper, okay. This is the final look, guys. How is our recreation? If you would want to see the skirt tutorial, just tell me in the comment section and I'll send you the skirt tutorial as soon as possible. If you enjoyed this tutorial, please do well to like this video. Subscribe to my channel if you have not subscribed. Turn on your notification bell so that anytime I upload any sewing tutorial, you'll be notified. To my old subscribers, thank you so much for always coming back. Thank you so much for watching and supporting Fun Fashion. Your support means a lot to me, and I will see you in the next tutorial. Bye.